We have Ashmina Ranjit, who is from Kathmandu, and we are very, very excited to have her. Welcome. Bidata Casey. Yes. Also from, of course, Nepal. And we have Mithu Sen, who's also come from Delhi, India. We have Naiza Khan, and she's come all the way from Pakistan. Welcome, Naiza. Via Dubai, of course, unfortunately, which I'm going to talk about, the issue of how we are not that connected because of all the politics. But welcome. Pushpamala N, who comes from Bangalore, India. Tayyaba Begum Lipi, she's come all the way from Bangladesh, from Dhaka. And Uma, our own Uma Bista, who's also from here, Kathmandu. Welcome, Uma. So before proceeding, I'd like to extend my deepest thanks to Namita Saraf, who is the director of the Tarragon Next and the co-founder of Saraf Foundation, thank you for her invaluable support in bringing this exhibition to fruition. I'm also very, very thankful for Roshan Mishra and his dedicated team at Tarragon Next for their tireless effort behind the scene for producing this beautiful exhibition. So thank you, Roshan. I don't know where you are, but yeah, okay, thank you. Yes. Finally, my heartfelt thanks to all the artists without which I could have never created this exhibition, and always for the love. So thank you. So as a faculty member teaching South Asian feminism at the Art Institute of Chicago, for the last 5 years, I've often reflected on the distinctive characteristics that set South Asian feminism apart from Western frameworks. South Asia, encompassing India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nepal, Sri Lanka, Afghanistan, and Bhutan, have a shared history of colonial oppression, diverse religious traditions, and entrenched patriarchal systems. Notably, Nepal and Bhutan stand out as the only country in the region that were never colonized. Yet they too grapple with deeply ingrained gender inequalities. So why Nepal? Why are we doing the show here? So the choice of Kathmandu as the venue for this exhibition is both symbolic and strategic. Nepal's historical position as a non-colonized nation offers a unique lens through which to explore the feminist art in South Asia. Kathmandu, with its rich tapestry of cultural, religious, and artistic traditions, serves as a microcosm of the regional's complexities. Hosting this exhibition in Nepal challenges the pervasive colonial narratives that often center around India as a sole representative of the South Asian art and feminism. So it gives us a chance to kind of move away and other people to also explore what's happening in the region outside of India, being the big brother, of course. Moreover, Nepal's vibrant contemporary art scene and its active engagement with feminist discourse provides fertile ground for the critical dialogues. So the plan for today is I'm just going to kind of quickly, walk you through some of the works of the artist very, very briefly, and I am so privileged once again to have the artist here, and we're going to do a walkthrough. The artist will be in the space. You can ask them the questions and they will be talking to you in depth about the different works. So that's the plan for today, and after which you're invited for a sumptuous lunch which is already laid out outside. So we have a lot happening over here. So let me just begin with the introduction. So the first thing, there are 4 different kind of categories in terms of my thinking and processing the exhibition. So the first is confronting divine archetypes. So here, for example, the work of Pushpamala N and Ashmina Ranjit delve into the enduring impact of mythology and tradition on women's lives. Pushpamala N's performative photographs, Apharana, Abduction from 2012 from the series Avega, The Passion, reimagines Sita's abduction from the Ramayana, which can be understood to draw parallels with the violence and the treatment of women in contemporary India. So it's looking at mythology, but also kind of you as a viewer are allowed to process what's happening in the region. And as you know, There have been many rapes and many other things that are taking place. So how do you place mythology within the center of this? Ashmina Ranjit's, and here's another thing, I'm going to invite you back, so please do come back, because otherwise you're going to miss something really, really amazing. We are so excited that Ashmina Ranjit, we've commissioned her for a new performance, Sita the Ideal Wife, and it will take place on 25th at, at 5 p.m. at the opening day. So please do come and see this amazing performance, and she's been working on this and we're very, very excited. But just a little giveaway about what it is about is, she kind of critiques the Hindu tradition of Kanyadan, which is the giving away of the bride, codified by the Manu Smriti. And everybody knows the Manu, which is the big brother of all the Vedas and all of that, and also governs the practice, the body, and how everybody is supposed to behave. The work highlights the loss of agency women endure within marriage and caste structures, while her performance video, Damal, from 2024, draws from the historical Muluki Ain of 1854, which legalizes caste-based punishments embedded in the societal hierarchies in Nepalese life. So Uma Bista amplifies the voice of Nepalese women through her ongoing series Stay Home Sisters from 2020 ongoing, critiques the menstrual taboos of the Chaupadi, while Devotion, her very recent work, which is I think the first time we're going to be showing it here, 2025, examines the veneration of the Virgin Goddess. So very, very exciting and very, I think in particular in Nepal, the Virgin Goddess holds a different position, and it would be nice to kind of evaluate what this means today. In Mer 2022, Bista celebrates women who defy the societal expectations, showcasing their sacrifices and triumphs in creating spaces of resilience and strength. So I guess, all of us, and I'm, just to introduce myself, I'm raised in Mumbai, in India, and I've been raised Muslim, and for many reasons, there were many things that my mother said, I can't do, you can't think about it, you have to be like this. And I think, in a way, Uma's work kind of really speaks to that, where women have been, denied or told that you can't do this, but actively they take the activist position and they finally move on to doing what they really want to. So very, very beautiful, powerful piece. So the second section looks at violence, memory, and resistance. So here we have Tayabi Begum Lipi's multimedia work, which critiques the performative rituals of marriage and their dualities. In her two works, which are specially commissioned for the museum, I Wed Myself from, I beg your pardon, in her video, I Wed Myself from 2010, Lipi subverts traditional gender roles by embodying both bride and groom, interrogating societal paradoxes around marriage. So her recent works, which she has made for this exhibition, Wedlock 2024, and Garland of the Wedding, utilize safety pins and razor blades as a metaphor for the duality of marriage, its potential for connection and its capacity for control that could possibly also lead to harm and violence. So if you visit her installations, you can also feel that the innocence of both the works kind of speak about the idea of marriage and domesticity, a place which is kind of quite dark because obviously women don't really report the abuse they've had in different ways and different places. And you see this large safety pin which is supposed to safeguard you, but instead it's actually piercing and so big and almost frightening. So please do experience a space as well. So the third section is reclaiming the body and the voice. So here we have Bidata Casey's work, which interrogates the intersection of gender, ritual, and the societal expectations in Nepal. In My Left is Right from 2022, Casey critiques the stigmatization of the left hand in Hindu culture, challenging the validity of rituals performed by women or with the left hand. So, as you know, if you are the firstborn, there is no son in the family, how do you process these rituals? And the idea of the right and the left hand. What is right, the male, the patriarchy, and what happens to the woman, and how, and I think the title is so appropriate for speaking about these issues. So her performance installation, Chori Mache Bhayera, Keti Mache Bhayera from 2023 is a performative installation. We invite you to participate in it. Invites women to share their aspirations, disrupting restrictive gender roles and imposed by restrictive phrases like being a daughter, being a girl. So it's actually a wishing wall, and there is a tag. So please write your aspirations. And without any fear, and the artist's wish is that your desires and aspirations, whatever they are, they will not be limited and you can achieve them, right? Okay, so Anita Dubey, Naiza Khan and Anoli Pereira explore the female body as a political and empowered site. Anita Dubey's eye photos here from 2000 to 2012 made using the votive eye confront institutional power, demanding the dismantling of male-dominated structures and systems. Who don't know what a votive eye is, so these are eyes that Anita has used, which are found objects, which in particular are found outside the temple in Nathdwara. So they're actually the eyes of God. And Anita has been using this in her installation for some time. But the photos that we have here are kind of quite extraordinary. They're photographed works which are in black and white and extremely compelling, which really confront the male gaze in a very, very engaging manner. And you can't look away from them. So Naiza Khan's Heavenly Ornament from 2007 and 2009 and her video Henna Hands from 2002 to 2022 investigate the female subjectivity and the gendered battlegrounds of the public spaces through sculpture, drawing and installation. So we have several of her works over here. They are also placed in vitrines, and we're very thankful for Naiza for carrying them and also making new work for the show. And as you know, for a show like this, the transportation of works also become an issue, and I'm very thankful for, in particularly Lipi and Naiza to bringing the work, and also for the fact that they are so powerful, and they also look at the body and the skeleton and what it means, but also the fact that they are in a vitrine and they have a texture which in a way also intersects with her very, very earlier work, which uses the idea of the armor. So please do go and spend some time in her space. There's a lot going on. And finally, we have Anoli Pereira's I Let My Hair Loose protest series from 2010-2011, which transforms hair into a defiant symbol of protest, disrupting the male gaze and reclaiming female agency. So finally, Mithu Sen transforms vulnerability and emotion into a feminist act of defiance. Her installation, Who Will Write the History of Tears, very recently put together, 2025, which comprises 2 videos, For Dead, as in the E is in the bracket, For Dead, and Ephemeral Affair from 2006, reframe tears and scars as gestures of resilience, breaking hierarchical gender silences, meditating on embodied emotions as site of resistance. The installation evokes a room of silent kalazomia. So it's a phase in where you expressed emotions are explored through the facet of female ontology, redefining vulnerability as power. So very, very touching work of Mithu Sen, and very, very thought-provoking. And finally, we have Shiba Chachi. I think she's the only artist who couldn't come here, but of course sends her love. And her work kind of looks at the idea of local narratives and global resonance. So Shiba's practice embodies feminist interventions within urban spaces. We have 2 works of hers. Her photographic series, From the Barricades, reflects her activism within India's women's movement from 1980s to 1990s. So she used to be, primarily a photographer, and now she's also working, as an artist, but they are like stunning black and white images. while her video work, Moving the City from 2016, portrays single women navigating patriarchal urban environments, blending movements from yoga and dance to reveal the contradictions from autonomy and control. And this video is shot in Delhi. So finally, just to conclude, because I would like for you to meet the artist over here, Feminist Futures provides a platform for the artist to dismantle stereotypes and envision new possibilities for women in the region, to question societal norms, celebrate resilience, and envision new possibilities for womanhood, rooted in solidarity and intersectionality. In a cultural context where women's experience are often sidelined or stigmatized, Feminist Future urges viewers to reevaluate the understanding of power, freedom, and gender. It underscores the resilience and the creativity of the South Asian women as they navigate the constraints, reclaiming the autonomy, and contribute to a growing wave of feminist activism throughout this region. This exhibition is not only a homage to the strength of the South Asian women, but a call to action for solidarity, justice, and radical reimagining of a future, seeking to foster a space of shared reflection, healing, and collective hope. And finally, I just want to say, the future is feminist. So, so this is the, So thank you. I hope you enjoy the show. We are all around. If you need anything, any images, or, would like to speak to all the artists, so please do join us. And we're going to start a walkthrough. But before we begin, the artists are here. And I have Mrs. Saraf, who would like to say a few words of my mind, and I'm very grateful that Namita invited me. And the first thing I jumped was, let's do feminist, talk about feminist history. And just as a personal note, I came to Nepal like 30 years ago, and I did see the Kumari, and I could never get over that feeling, and I've been wanting to do a show. So I'm very grateful for this opportunity. And to also speak about issues which are very, very important that nobody really looks at. So the body, the fragility, including how it is to be a person in South Asia. And one of the things I think the exhibition really does is we do have different complexities, which is very different from the West. Being feminist, or women over here who are living here within all the different practices and also the traditions. So that was actually the motivation. I've been waiting for this opportunity, if I can say that. Thank you. We love the artists to also talk, so if you have any questions, or maybe what we can do is, since you're not familiar with the works, let's go to the spaces and then kind of, so everybody has a chance to talk about, and you can have a one-to-one. So shall we begin, please? Yeah? If you can follow me, I'm the Pied Piper.